pop-up live out here in the shop, working, trying to get some content together for you guys. Got a spider web right there, but just doing some test burning, trying to get some content together on some stuff I got from Lowe's, and chilling out, hanging out. And my light's doing some weird stuff tonight, so maybe we'll get that to stop. But got a whole lot of speed tests going on over here, so awful busy. So who goes there? Yeah, guys, I'm having to roll around like I'm in a wheelchair or something because my back's still messed up. Monday, praying for Monday. I'm hoping they fix this this whole problem I got going on. Pretty good there, David. 6 o'clock is when I re-up my meds. So usually from 6 to 7, it's a little hurtful, but usually around 7, my meds get to kicking in good. So hopefully it won't be too bad. But I'm out here doing a lot of testing, trying to get ready for some content, trying to get something to put out. Just get out of the house. I did have a little victory today, guys. My very first ever 3D printed file. Let me put you on my little focus camera over here. My very first, well, I don't know that is going to be working any better. 3D printed file, and yeah, that's not any better. But this is a 3D printed file. It's a hinge, guys, and I printed it in as one piece. And I designed this myself. If you don't believe me, I got the pictures and stuff I can show you. But I designed this myself in Fusion 360, and it's actually a 3D printed hinge that you can print the whole thing in one piece. You don't have to print the pieces and put them together. It just, when you get it out of there, you have to kind of snap it and remove some supports from here, but it's a workable hinge. It's a little victory. I spent like most of the day, because I'm stuck in the house on the computer in there, so I spent most of the day designing this, and I was really happy after about the 5th time of printing it, when I actually got it to do what I wanted it to do. Because I kept having to go back and make little small changes and fix things. But yeah, 3D printable hinge that actually works, and you print it all one go, folds up nice and small. So I figure these would come in handy, especially around here. Some of the stuff I build, and like projects or whatever, I could use these little hinges because they'll actually go inside a box. So you could put them inside a box like that, or you could use them on the outside of the box. I didn't make them to where they close inward. That'll have to be probably some adjustments to the file made. But yeah, little 3D printing accomplishment there for me. I got another one going. I should have another one going right now as we speak if it hadn't finished yet. Let me pull it up and see if it's still going. No, I guess it's done. Or did I not start it? That's a good question. I don't know if I started it or not. Guys, the medicine they got me on it's got my memory all jacked up. I don't care to, David, my only thing that I want to do next is be retired and full-time Clack Shack. That's all I want to do in life. I'm done. My ambitions are very low. But yeah, I'm done with working for other people and all that good jive. I just want to hang out here in my shop and play with my lasers and stuff. Hang on, let me roll over here and check this speed test. My lens has gotten dirty. I thought it was on my, it is on my cover lens, but apparently it's on my lens of my camera too. So I'm going to get a Q-tip and some alcohol, clean that. Turn that fan off while we're doing this. But I'm doing a bunch of speed tests, guys. You can see them over there on the table. I have been doing speed tests on and off. What time I can stay out here in the shop today. Got a video coming up that a lot of you guys, you know, I get most of my material that I use from a local hardware store here in town, and it's not a big box store. It's not a store that has a big footprint. So a lot of you guys can't necessarily run down to your, you know, Russell Do-It Center. I think the guy from Montgomery, Kai can probably run down to a Russell and pick up some lumber. But, you know, those of you that aren't in Alabama, don't have that option. So I've been looking for other materials that would work and testing them to see how well they work and what my thoughts are on them. And so I went to Lowe's the other day to pick up some other stuff, and I just went through their little hobby craft section and basically purchased a piece of everything that I thought would work. So when that video comes out, guys, watch it and give it a good thumbs up because I gotta get my money back. I dropped a bunch of money on lumber that I'm just burning. So, but yeah, that video hopefully, if I keep up with the progress, hopefully I'll have that video out tomorrow. But let me roll over here and get another piece where I can start another one. This is so far, this is my favorite. This is some oak. It's a 1/4 inch thick oak that I found at Lowe's. So it's so far it's my favorite. So I'm gonna put it over here and run the tests on it right quick. Well, I gotta clean that lens first. Let me go grab me something to clean that lens in the enclosure with. Yep, rolling everywhere, guys. This new chair with the wheels on it definitely came in handy for that. Until I get my back repaired. But yeah, it's just been. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm going a little stir crazy. I've been at home, except for doctor's appointments, for 3 weeks now. 3 weeks. I don't usually go 3 days without going somewhere. All right, let's see if that helped that camera any. Oh yeah, much better. So yeah, I've been running the stew out of that thing today. You can see my little lens there. It's done got a lot of debris and stuff on it too. This is that 3D printed camera mount that I showed y'all the other day that I made for the enclosure. And the reason I made it this way is so that I can, when I'm using the laser and I'm doing videos, and this is what it looks like. It's got this piece of acrylic that I can put in there to block the light so that it doesn't, give anybody seizures. I'm gonna leave this out. Keep going to put it up right now. But let me go back over here and put this in. I'll show you what it does. So there it is without the acrylic in. I just take the acrylic, it slides into the lens, and voila, there you go. So that's just something I came up with to make video making a little better. What up, Chris? Man, just hanging out, trying to get some stuff knocked out here, running some cut tests, and hopefully getting some content together for you guys. Been slacking a little bit lately. I'll show y'all what I'm working on here. So I'm doing a bunch of speed tests on all this different material to try to come up with the settings, which I've already got a good idea of what the settings are, but so I've got me this one's a 4-pass because this is a piece of 1/4 inch oak, and I've been just running tests basically since about 12 today. I've been running speed tests over and over and over in the enclosure. Dirtied up my camera, just had to clean that, but all in all, so let me get to these comments, guys. I've been looking at my other screen. Need to fix my Ender 3's hot end. Well, yeah, Peanut, I'm gonna tell you, I have been really impressed. I mean, everybody told me, yeah, step up and get you a real 3D printer. I've heard it all. But guys, I mean, this size stuff's basically what I wanted to print. And I really don't get in a hurry because I print it in the house while I'm out here, and I got it, with the Fusion Sonic pad, I can pull it up and watch it. But this is the kind of stuff I wanted to print, and it does a really good job. And now that I've got it dialed in, I mean, look at that. That is awesome. And I printed that in one piece. I didn't have to put it together. I printed it in one piece, and it works with a $250 3D printer. So I think it's a pretty good deal. Ed, I would love to, but as you can see, I'm kind of like stuck in this chair right now. So anything that I do, I have to do it in the chair because I can't stay on my feet. My back starts messing with me. I've got surgery Monday, and I don't know what that recovery is going to look like, guys. Y'all may, we may be live from the couch, live from the bed. You never know. I don't know how that's going to go. I'm hoping that they're telling me that the surgery is supposed to take about 45 minutes, and they're saying that as soon as the surgery's over with, the pain will leave me, which, guys, I really hope it does because I don't know how many of you guys have ever dealt with a ruptured disc that is pressing upon your sciatic nerve, but it's very painful, very, very painful. So I'm basically very limited mobility. I've got my little RTV parked right in the front door. I drive it from here to the house. I go in the house, set in the computer chair in there, or either I come out here and sit in this chair here. So it's been a rough 3 weeks, really, really rough. What's up, Sheena over at Grit and Grace? Guys, I don't know how many of you wear earrings, but if you do, go look at Grit and Grace. She got earrings over there for you, or for your wife. And if she doesn't have them, she can probably make them. If not, if she can't make them, she'll call me and I'll 3D print her a little stamp, and then she can make them. So, but yeah, Chris, there really hadn't been any recovery yet. I just been waiting on the surgeons to clear his schedule. They had me scheduled for like another week out, but then luckily, another doctor that was in the same clinic, or doctor, whatever you want to call this place, luckily one of those guys got an opening, and so I was able to like swap doctors and get it a week earlier because I'm telling you guys, I don't know how much longer I can deal with it. It's rough waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and feeling like somebody's ripping your leg off. Not fun. Guys, sorry about the noise from the ventilation, but I'll try to turn my mic around over here where you can't hear it maybe. Guys, still picking it up. Well, maybe it won't be too annoying. I can try to filter it. Let me see if I can filter it out. Filter. Did that get rid of it? Did that get rid of the noise, guys? I added a filter. It looks like it did on my readout up there. That's good. Maybe it did. No, it didn't get rid of it. It's not showing up on my end anymore. Let's see. Let me crank it on up. -60. That's about as high as it'll let me go. Did that help any? Yeah, Randy. That I can't imagine having that many surgeries. I hope I don't have to go that far. They're telling me that mine is fairly simple at this point, but you know how that goes. I mean, it may be simple today, and then next week I have to go back for another one. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna try. I can try to add another filter. Let me see here. What else I got? No, that's about all I got. I got a noise gate. Let's see what that'll do. Did that help any? Anybody? Did that work? It's not showing. It's not showing that it's picking up anything on my end, but it may be. All right, we'll just hope. We'll just hope that that made the noise a little bit better. But yeah, that's all I'm doing tonight, guys. So I just thought I'd hang out with you guys. Golly, I can't get it out of there. I got to run exhaust, guys, or I'm gonna like stifle myself. But and I only got one. Yeah, this is the last. This is the last one I got to run, but I got to do it like 3 times. That's a 1/4 inch oak right there running. But I got to do that. I usually do 2 cut tests, on different parts of the material, and then I'll do an engraved test as well. And I got all of these speed and power tests I've done today over here, and and hopefully tomorrow I can kind of sit here and go over the results from the speed test, give you guys some information on where you can get some decent wood. It's not, none of it's really impressed me. I do like the oak, but now I kind of dug through there and selected my oak. It's solid 1/4 inch oak, which I like. And hang on, this is a little bit of a teaser, a spoiler alert for tomorrow's video. But let me go get you some. All right, so don't be hating on me when tomorrow or whenever I get the video out, you watch it, you're like, oh yeah, I already seen that. Don't be hating on me. But I did several. This is like a coaster. I haven't put any little plastic feet on it or anything, but I did make me a 1776 coaster. This I just did playing. It's a badge, and this is a solid 1/4 inch oak as well. Christmas ornament, solid oak, right there. Nice, thick, robust. I mean, this is actually like, this is woodworker stuff right here. This is not plywood. It's not 1/8 inch thick. It's a 1/4 inch thick, solid piece of oak. Now, I will tell you, the ones of you that aren't used to working with solid material, you want to try to get as clean of grain as you can, and you also want to watch out for splitting, especially with oak near the end of the boards, because if you do get one that's split, it's going to continue to split a lot of times. You have to get a little bit past that and just chop it off and then use the split pieces. And then I made another coaster, Lake Mitchell, Alabama. Got a nice little bass on there. I hadn't put any stoppers under the bottom of this one either. And also made a flag, and that's the solid oak too. The oak has by far been the one that I've enjoyed the most. I make my own oak off the sawmill. I usually don't cut it 1/4 inch because I can't keep it from splitting. But when I went down there and found this, I was like, I got to try it. So, but yeah, this is the oak. I think is my favorite so far. Poplar. The poplar is pretty good. So far, I've had good results with it. Like I said, I don't want to give away too much of my video for tomorrow. If I give everything away on my video today, then I won't have anything to show y'all tomorrow. But I have decided that the Algo's doing a really good job, but I really want to put it back on shop air. Put it on shop air and see how it does. So I've ordered myself another 24-volt relay, and I'm going to convert it over to shop air. 3 TBI in 10 months. Woo! I don't know what a TBI is. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but it sounds like you're referring to something to do with the back. So if you've had to have 3, that's I hope I don't have to do that. I am praying for full recovery with no further issues, and I promise I'll quit picking up stuff that's too heavy for me if this works out. I'll start being a little more careful. So what's everybody doing over there? Because like I said, I was just bored, guys. I've been out here pretty much by myself all day long. Oh, yeah, that's no good. 3. How in the world did you get 3? Are you like a football player or a race car driver? That just sounds like really bad run. 3 instances in 10 months. But yeah, I just been out here, like I said, most of the day by myself, cut off from society. So I decided that since I was going to be out here for a little while tonight, I'd hang out with you guys and wrap this up and let you know that I will, as soon as X-Tool will, the X-Tool kind of gave me guidelines with the new machine, so I can't really do a lot of videoing with the machine visible until after the 18th, which makes no sense because they've already rolled out a video that shows you the machine. So I don't, and then a lot of the other YouTubers are showing you the machine. So, but I made an agreement with them. I'm gonna stick to it. So, as after the 19th, guys, you'll get to see what the X-Tool S1's made of because we're gonna run that thing. I've already been running it through the paces, but I'm gonna show you guys what it'll do. I've got it sitting right over there, and it does a really good job. Hang on, I'll get some of the stuff I've done on it. So y'all may have already seen the rest of them, but this is my latest. Somebody asked me about MDF on the X-Tool, the new one. So there we go. And guys, this is a game cam photo from the top of the hill back there behind the shack. So it's a little spotted fawn standing perfectly in the middle of the green field. So I thought that was pretty cool. Well, Dakota, I appreciate you sticking around if I was the first one. But then I got this guy. Yeah. Got that done. Got the sawmill. And this was taken at night, and you can see the shadows right there. That's pretty cool. And, of course, the other one with the sawmill. But those are some of the images that I've done on the X-Tool so far, the S1. And it's, well, Dave, this X-Tool S1, I'm doing this at like 300 millimeters and 400 millimeters a second. It smokes images. Like, this image right here would normally take like half a day. This thing took like an hour, and it was done. So, the speed of that new X-Tool. They've disappointed me on a couple of things. They didn't put a camera in there, but other than not having a camera in it, and the work area, it is what it is. Now you can put the pass-through in there, but the camera is the biggest thing. I don't understand why they didn't put a camera in there. I know they've got one. They put it in the P2. Maybe they were trying to keep costs down on this machine. It does have a pretty neat thing where you can map out your material using the module and the pointer, which is pretty cool. But in Lightburn, you can't use that feature. So if you're planning on using Lightburn, you're not going to have a camera, and you're not going to be able to use that feature that they got. It's going to be a little bit of a pain. If you're going to run this machine personally, I think you're better off stick with XCS for this particular machine. And I hate that because I'm a Lightburn kind of guy. Well, thank you there, Sheena. Well, Chris, I agree with them, and like I said, I don't understand why they didn't. I mean, they did it with the P2, and I know this machine's relatively similar, so I don't know why they didn't. But yeah, crafting with Gene, those photos are all done with the new S1. Let me see if this is done yet. Yep, give me a minute. I'm having to vacuum out my enclosure. I done had to vacuum it twice today. I'm getting so many of these little squares off these speed tests in here. I'm afraid I'm going to set the place on fire. So I done had to vacuum it out twice today. I've run like 30 speed tests. So, and it's been pretty cool. Now that's the kind of stuff you get with real wood. You get those sporadic parts up at the top. I'm getting a little bit of overburn. Like I said, I really want to put the algo on my shop air, but I hadn't got around to it yet. Let me frame this up. I got to run one more just to make sure that this was consistent. Uh, and then I'm going to do an engrave test, and I'll be done. Yeah, this little roll around chair's the bomb when you're temporarily disabled. Yeah, I agree, Hobo. I'm not thrilled about that part. I'm trying to figure out a way to work around it. Uh, I've actually, I've got an idea of how I can make myself, with a little bit of modification, and some laser cutting or 3D printing, I can go in and make a kind of a jig for it, so that I can work out absolute coordinates, and just based on where I place the material, be able to get everything lined up. So I don't know. Like I said, I really, really think they dropped the ball by not putting the camera in there. Other than that, it's a great machine. I don't have anything else bad to say about it. Uh, if you're one of those folks that wants a fully contained machine and you don't like tinkering with them, it would be a great machine. But my recommendation would be run XCS with it, to be able to use all the features. Unless Lightburn pushes out an update to where you can use them, then that'll be a lot better. But yeah, Hobo, I still, for what I do, I still like my open frame machines. I do like the power and speed of that machine. The belts on it are half-inch wide belts instead of the quarter-inch wide belts. I mean, it's a really sturdy built machine, but it's still not my V35, and it's still, it just, without having a camera, it just, I don't know. It's not it's not it's not the best thing I think they've done about it. I think they should have probably asked some people before they scrapped the camera idea. They put it in the M1, they put it in the P2. Why not put it in this one? But anyway, other than that, so far it's done exactly what they said it would do. I like the interchangeable modules. I do like that, because you can literally unplug a wire and a hose and pop the module off, pop another one on there. That's pretty cool. But I don't have but one module, so I haven't been able to try that. So yeah, I noticed the other day they had it. They've got XCS has been going through some changes lately. I had never used XCS until I got this machine, and probably still wouldn't have had they not sent me this. So what's everybody else got going on? Anything? I'm just sitting over here chilling, drinking sweet tea. Before Chris asks, it's sweet tea. I'm on medication. I can't have anything else. Because I know Chris was going to ask. Speed would probably be the biggest thing, as far as if you're good with using XCS on either machine. This one's got a wider work area, but it's not going to be as deep. Hang on, I'll tell you exact dimensions of the work area. Well, I got to open up another instance of Lightburn while that test is running. Hang on. This one's going to be wider. It's like a good bit wider, but it's not as deep. It is on my machine settings in Lightburn. It has it listed at 508 millimeters wide by 390 high. So you look at it, 508 wide, 390 deep. So the work area is not massive, but it's not small either. And for whatever their add-on price is going to be, you can get the pass-through. But I just don't. I don't know. I don't know how much money that's going to stack up to be. Like I said, I for what I do in my shop with the way I like to do my enclosures, it's hard to beat an open concept machine. I think this machine is going to fall more to those people that are inside their house, want something that's, pretty to look at, sits in the corner, and only has like a hose coming out of the back and a couple of cables. I think that's where this thing's going to land. I don't think the guys like us that are out in our shops and shacks and garages and stuff. I don't know that that machine's going to really, you know, threaten any of the ones that are already on the market. I lost connection. Did I lose connection? Did I just lose connection for a second there? It popped up and said I lost connection. Am I back in there? I'm trying to pull it up on YouTube where I can see. Let's see if I'm back on there. Okay, I guess I am. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the connection. I don't know if I don't think it was my internet, but it could be. Who knows? Uh, yeah, my internet usually doesn't give me any problems. It could be the computer getting too hot. I've been running the crap out of it today. That is still running. But like I said, I don't know yet. It's the machines. It's really good at some things, but all around, I don't know yet. I'll get back with you after I've had it for a little while longer and use it on some jobs and stuff. I do have a job for May that I'm going to be doing. I'm making some name tags, and generally she orders like 65 name tags for her events, and so I've got to cut them out and engrave them and everything. I'm probably going to run that job on it because it's so fast, and just see how well it does, and see if it's going to be, see if it has value as far as when I'm batching out cuts like that, to where I'm not trying to frame exactly or whatever. Because I'm really not crazy about XCS, but we'll see. But I'm gonna do that job on it. I got Jason from Cog Hill supposed to be bringing me a like 40 somethings. I don't know what he's bringing, but I got to engrave those, and that may be something I do on the machine, because the one thing I will say that I do like about this machine is if you do put a jig in there, once the job completes, you hit the button on the front of it and it'll run the job again. I like that. That's one of the things that I have noticed about it that I do like. So, but anyways, but yeah, VT cutting 3/4 inch plywood with the laser can be challenging. All right, y'all done got quiet on me, guys. Y'all got to keep these comments coming, or I think I lost y'all again. And if you hadn't already, hit that, hit the like button down there for me, please. If you haven't, I'm gonna have to pull it up, see if I'm still streaming or not. I guess I am. Yep, it says I am. But yeah, like I said, I haven't been able to devote as much time to testing that machine out as I would like, because of everything that I've had going on with the back. But I do plan on getting around to it here soon. Hopefully it won't be long. I really need to be able to see that machine over there. Yeah, it's still going. So what are you guys up to? I know, let's see, VT said he's cutting out 3/4 inch pine Christmas tree. Oh, let me show y'all what else I did with my little door design I had the other day. All right, so y'all remember, I don't know if y'all saw it or not, but y'all, you can go back and watch it if you didn't. But where we designed the little door, well, I made it a CNC file. So I ran it on the CNC and did a few tries on that. And check that out. Yeah. So I took the Lightburn, what started out as a Lightburn file, and basically dumped it over into easel and tweaked it a little bit, and I made it into a CNC file for a door. So there you go. I ran that on the 4040 over here, and the ones of you that didn't see it, I'll get the other one. Well, all kinds of stuff stacked up over here from show and tell. But this is a Lightburn file that I made. It's multi-layered, and then this is a CNC. So as you can see, there's not a lot of difference. I did do a little bit of resizing to make the tool lines work out better for the CNC because of the bit size that I was running. I didn't want to go down to too small of a bit because it would have took longer. So I resized it a little bit, but yeah. I thought that was neat. I just had that running the other day on the CNC while I was out here doing some stuff on the internet. Kai, it's Russell Do-It Center. I know there's one in Prattville. That's where I get that 4.5 millimeter Luan I use. What is the system in my large enclosure? If you're talking about the laser, it's a Acer V35 is what's in the big one over here. I use it for stove covers like weekly. I haven't done any stove covers this week and my back's been messed up, but yeah, I use this enclosure a lot. This is my enclosure Zilla. It's got a drop bed in it to where I can do tall stuff. I can do ammo cans without having to move the machine and all that. So this is a very handy enclosure. I usually use this machine for small stuff, whichever machine's in here, and I've got several. Right now I've got the Algo Laser Alpha in there. I've had the longer 30 watt, the Atom Stack 30 watt. I've had the Ashmer 33 watt. I've had the Acer L24. I've had the Two Trees TS2. So I just play musical chairs with this enclosure based on whatever machine will fit in there. I would really like to put the Niji 4 Max in it, but it won't fit. So that's where I'm at right now. Upper Michigan, hello there, Kevin. Thanks for joining us. Chris, knocking out some signs for bar fridges. Oh, like the little mini fridges. That's cool. Jack's working on some more coin orders. Yeah, Jack, you've been knocking those coins out. I saw some of your work on the Laser Engraver community page. Some nice work you're doing over there. David, I've got the design, the drawing for that enclosure, and it's as close as I can get it. Is in our Laser Engraver community page on Facebook, and under the downloads or files section, you can download it. I got it and my other small enclosure that I made for the X tool a long time ago. I got both of those in there. So if you want to go check that out, you can join the Laser Engraver community Facebook group. And like I said, those are in the file section. Yeah, that's 10 minus 9. Some of the the pre-made stuff. Like I said, I think there's a market for that. I just don't know that I'm in that market because I like bigger work areas. So I think there is a market for that for people that have limited space or have to work inside their home. Like I've got the We Create over there. I went and got a $110 little roll around cart from Lowe's. and I've got the We Create sitting on it, and I've got everything that goes with it in the bottom of the little cart, and I can roll it around and just throw the hose out wherever I need to. I think that's where, you know, like people who live in apartment complexes or something like that, they have a little closet they can store it in, and then they have to pull it out to use it. I think those machines are going to be more suited for people like that than necessarily like us. So, well, thanks, Gary. I like my enclosure design too. It took me a little while to dream up how to build it, but I got it working pretty well. It's served me well, and it's still going strong. I do try not to use the V35 unless I need the added length, and the reason is I just want to keep down the wear and tear on the machine because I don't want to have to replace it. It's easier for me to replace the smaller machines than it is the extended V35 over there. So, let me see if this is done yet. Should be. All right, it's coming along, guys. That's what it looks like straight off of the machine there. Of course, these little guys, most of these little guys will fall out if I just touch them with this stick. Some of them kind of stuck in there a little bit, but still getting a lot of overburn. I think that's actually, I know what's causing that. It's all those little pieces down inside my enclosure from where I've ran so many of these speed tests. That's why I'm getting so much smoke damage, because my honeycomb's like built up with these little pieces. I guarantee you that's part of what's causing my problem. That I need to clean the lens. Alright, so not bad for 1/4 inch oak. I said I got a little more burning on there than I like, but we're fixing to be through cutting. I'll clean that out tomorrow. Now I just got to do the engrave test, and I think I'll be done. I'll be able to hopefully do the video tomorrow. All right, last test. Oh, let's see. Well, Jim, I took my meds like an hour ago, hour and a half now. So I'm in the prime time for my medication right now. And as you can see, I'm staying glued to this chair. Got me a new chair. It allows me to roll around and stay seated without having to walk, which getting up and get down walking is not really fun. Do you have a go-to bitmap mode for vector images? Jarvis typically is what I'll run them on. In Lightburn, I just like the way they turn out with Jarvis better than anything else. Grayscale can be problematic for some machines. It'll make it sound like the machine's fixing to come apart. You'll swear up and down you've got a loose roller or a belt loose because it'll make it just like make grinding noises. I think they addressed that in one of the updates to Lightburn, but in the past, every time I've ever tried to run Grayscale, my machine sounded like it was about to die. It scared me to death, and then when I turned off Grayscale, put it back on Jarvis, it quit. So it causes the machine to speed up and slow down so much, so fast, that it just sounds bad. So I quit using it. Yep, Jack agrees with me. He said Jarvis is also. Yeah, Jim, that's what Steve's telling me to get the rollerblade wheels. I just hadn't got a chance to get them. I was just thankful to get this because I sat on a wooden stool before this, and this is much better. It's actually got lumbar support. I had to spend a little money on it, but in order to be out here and actually be able to sit up behind my computer and do stuff, I had to have a decent chair. And I've got a nice computer desk chair in the house that I've had for years, and it works really well. So I kind of figured if I could get something a little more comfortable, maybe I could spend a little more time out here. Because until to where I could manage the pain with the medications and got my schedule figured out and all that, I was only able to be out here maybe an hour or two a day. Well, Jim, I bought the chair. That come out of the Clack Shack account, so y'all have to watch some videos to help me pay for it, or buy some files or something. But yeah. But no, I bought it out of the Clack Shack account. I don't spend any money out of the household account for anything out here. Since my first laser that I bought it with money that I made off of my sawmill, and so pretty much the Clack Shack has been self-sustaining ever since I started, really. In the early days, I was having to pay for it with money I made from working security details and stuff like that. But once I got the sawmill started generating a little bit of revenue, and then I used the money off the sawmill to pay for the sawmill and then buy a bunch of tools, and then one of those tools just happened to be an X-Tool D1, and I made a couple of videos about it, and next thing you know, I got a YouTube channel. Just because I made a couple of videos showing people how to do stuff on a laser. So it's crazy. It's crazy. I never actually set out to start a YouTube channel. It just kind of happened. But I enjoy it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Now that I'm doing it, I really enjoy it. But yeah, they're very habit forming. I've got a few of them around here, and I keep telling myself I'm gonna start telling these companies that I don't want to try these machines, but that's hard to do, guys. I mean, if somebody wants to send you something and it's a cool looking toy, it's really hard to say no. Well, Jim, I appreciate it. Some people say I talk too much, and I usually just tell them people that they can go find another channel, because this is mine and I'm gonna talk as much as I want to. Yeah, Chris, I know you are. I think all of us are. And if you don't think you're addicted to lasers, you're in denial, or either you just got started. Well, Hobo, I can honestly say I haven't had any problems out of my D1, my original D1. Now, the D1 Pro, they went to adding all those freaking flame detection sensors and all that. I had to turn all that off. But my original X-Tool D1 10 watt standard is still, I use it at events as a backup machine now, but it's still going. Still works. And I've never even had to change a lens on that thing. It actually didn't come with a lens, to be honest with you. My original 10 watt didn't have the outer lens that all the new ones have that you have to replace. Excuse me, my wife's at the ball game with my daughter, and I'm getting a bunch of texts. So apparently the game's going well. But yeah, it's been crazy. Yeah, 10 minus 9. I'm not a YouTuber, okay? That's what I tell people all the time. They're like, oh, so you're a YouTuber. No, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a guy that works in a shop, that enjoys playing with tools and lasers and 3D printers and just enjoys everything about it. And I put it on YouTube. I'm not a YouTuber. I don't do this just to make videos. And, you know, you can tell, like, I don't have those nice little honeycomb things on the wall with the nice ultraviolet lights and, you know, changes colors and stuff like that. The fanciest thing I got, guys, is my Roku TV over here that does a slideshow. Okay? I mean, this is a working shop. There's dust everywhere. Okay? I don't know how some of these guys that do some of these laser reviews, you see their where they operate, and it's like, how long did you spend cleaning that, or do you actually, is it actually a shop? So, but yeah, this is definitely not a YouTube studio per se. Now I will admit, it's got some technology right here, because I am a bit of a what is it Steve calls me, a gear junkie, or some may say that I'm a yeah, Chris, man glitter. Well, I got plenty of that, bro. I got plenty. Watch this. I'm just gonna wipe right here by on the bottom of my computer. Look at that. Oh, you can't see it there. Hang on, I'll wipe it on my shirt. There you go. I mean, it's everywhere. And I try to go around with a shop vac and clean it up every now and then. My name is Shane. Please do not turn into a YouTuber. Shane, I am who I am, and this is what you get. I can't be anything that I'm not. I have lived this way for 48 years. Good Lord has blessed me immensely in my lifetime and in my career, and I'm going to be who I am, and I'm going to stand for what I believe in, and I'm going to do what I feel like I ought to do. So yeah, you ain't got to worry about that. I may try to make it look a little better from time to time. And I've told my wife, if my oldest daughter, if she ever moves out, I told my wife I may try to convert her room into like an office / in the house studio and put in like an accent wall and stuff. But it'll look just like that over there, because it'll come off the sawmill just like that did. But yeah, I like it. Delete junkie. As long as I don't forget to take my medications, I do pretty well. I still hurt. I can't walk for extended distances without really starting to hurt. If I walk more than say 50 feet or so, that nerve gets irritated in my back and it really starts hurting. But I've got my new roll around chair here, and I can scoot, I can roll, and I've actually gotten pretty proficient with shoving myself across the shop to go get stuff. But yeah, I'm not fixed yet. Hopefully Monday they'll get me fixed. Y'all probably won't see me for a couple of days unless I just decide to go live from the front porch or something. If I get bored being shut in by myself at the house. But hopefully Monday everything will be back to normal, maybe. Yeah, Brad, that's what us folks that are serious about laser engraving, that's what we do. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Because if you're like me and you enjoy it as much as I do, I would rather be out here in my shop making smoke, making stuff, than I would be at a ball game or playing golf or sitting in a bar or fishing or any of that. I mean, this is where I want to be. This is my happy place. So, and so that's why I'm out here. Well, I can't go anywhere right now. I can't drive. They've got me over medicated, so I haven't been able to drive. I haven't driven in a little over 3 weeks now since I drove. Brandy has driven me in my truck, so I could actually go riding in my truck, because I love riding in my truck. But she took me places, to the doctor's office mostly. I did last doctor's appointment. I did Connor into taking me by Lowe's, because there was one a quarter mile off the interstate where we were going. So I did talk her into taking me by Lowe's. Let me pick up this materials and stuff back here, and get that roll around cart that's over there under the We Create, because I had the We Create sitting on this table, and guys, I can't pick up anything over 10 pounds right now. So I couldn't move the We Create and then put it back when I wanted to use it, and then move it to be able to do other stuff. So I got that little cart, and Brandy helped me set it over on the cart there, so that I can roll it over there out of the way. But yeah, it's terrible having to have your wife come pick things up for you. It's really empowered her when it comes to that. But she's done a really good job of taking care of me, and it really makes you thankful that I made that decision I did 30 years ago or so, because she's made sure that I had everything I needed, and help me make it this far. So because there's sometimes at night when I wake up in the middle of the night and this leg just starts killing me that I'm just glad I got somebody there with me because it gets rough. Is Fluffy running around somewhere? Oh yeah, there she is. Her and Callie both are in here tonight. It's actually getting kind of cool outside, so the cats will y'all start seeing them in the videos more. I say cool. It's not, as far as Steve's going to say it's still hot, but it is dropping down into the 50s or 60s outside. So when it does that here, the cats are like, oh no, we got to go inside. I did have to take my air conditioning and swap it over to heat. So now we get to find out, guys, if the heat part of the mini split works. So far it has. It's been staying pretty cool in here. Or it's pretty warm, even on those cold nights. So yeah, Chris, I used to like going fishing and stuff, but I spend a lot of money doing that, and I can actually make money doing the stuff I'm doing out here. So pretty happy about that. And guys, I'm still just tickled to death about my hinge. Maybe not, 10. Maybe not. Maybe you chose wisely. Like I said, I think I did. I think, if nothing else, good Lord showed me I chose a good one. But I'm trying to figure out what lessons I'm supposed to learn through all this, guys, because I want to make sure I learn it. I don't want to go through this again. I believe that everything happens for a reason, and I just don't know what possible good reason there is for me to hurt like I've hurt for the past 3 weeks. But maybe one day it'll be overwhelmingly obvious to me what it is. And I'm slap out of tea. Let me scoot over here and see if I can get some. Brad, I've had mixed results with the blonde wood. There's some of it over there on the far end of the table, that corner, right there on the bottom right corner. That's some of that blonde wood that you're talking about. I've had mixed results. It does okay. It looks good, but the back side of that stuff is a little tough to get through if you don't go too slow. You got to go really slow. But I've got some of that blonde wood I'm gonna be putting into the Lowe's project wood video that I'm gonna be putting together, just to give me something to do. I'm probably gonna be doing it in this chair, guys. So y'all just bear with me. I'm gonna be doing most of my videoing from the chair until I get this back fixed. Yeah, I was kind of proud of the hinge. This is because I didn't know that I didn't know if I could actually make something that would print, but then without having to put it together, I could pull it off the printer and it actually move. And so that took a little while. Well, Jim, I'm hoping that's what it is, but I'm hoping that don't mean I'm gonna hurt like that while I'm retired. I thought maybe good Lord was trying to give me a medical retirement for a little while there, or either give my wife some money off a life insurance policy, because I thought I was gonna die some of those nights. Like that pain was real. It was real. Yeah, at 5 millimeters a second, you should be good on that stuff, Brad. It does a good job as far as the coloration of it. It's got strings or something in the backside that I was having problems cutting through, but I'm gonna go over all that in that video I'm gonna be doing. Hopefully I'll be putting the video together tomorrow and maybe get it out and have it published sometime tomorrow afternoon, hopefully, depending on how I feel when I get up in the morning. Usually it takes me until about 10 or 11 o'clock to get to where I can even move, because for some reason when I lay still at night, even though I'm taking my medicines, it like everything like freezes up and doesn't want to move, and the pain's really, really bad. Well, Chris, that's what my wife told me. It was a good Lord's way of telling me I needed to calm down and take some time to sit on the porch, because I literally, the first 2 days I spent sitting in a rocking chair and laying in a bed. And so but she was saying that I needed to slow down out here too. So we'll see. Gleek, hey, if I show up at that, I'm going to have to ask the doctor now, will they be using a laser in that procedure? And if they do, y'all, I'm going to have to come up with a video. I'm gonna have to take the little DJI Pocket with me and do a video of the laser machine and get the doctor to run a speed test for me. But I'm pretty sure they probably will have a laser. This is a really high speed, low drag place that I'm going to. So there's probably going to be a laser involved and one of those weird headsets. Trying to engrave a mirror with the SculptFun S9. You shouldn't have any problem with a mirror. Mirrors are one of those materials that a 5-watt laser can do relatively fast. It doesn't take a whole lot of power, and you can run really high speeds. Like you'll probably find, depending on if you got a 10-watt, you're probably looking at 20% power output at like 130 speed. So yeah, Chris, I don't know. I want them to do a speed test on me. Maybe they have like some ballistic gel or something they can use. Jackson, take some plywood with me. Yeah, I could take some 1/4-inch birch and be like, hey doc, scratch out a test grid on this for me. 5-watt, Carl. I'm gonna say probably about 40% power, 100 millimeters a second. Just create you a speed test around that. But you're gonna need to do a speed test, Carl. If you want to get the best settings, you always got to do a speed test. If not, you're just guessing. But it doesn't take a whole lot for mirrors because all you've got to really do is get that little bit of paint off the back of it, and you're going to want to do it from the back side, not the front. My recommendation. You can do it either way. I recommend doing mirrors from the back. Just remember to mirror your image before you do them. Well, you should have your settings then. But yeah, the S9's a good machine. It's not a bad. I've got the S30. I've got a SculptFun S30 Max, or S30 Ultra over there. It's a good machine. And I'm just sitting here fiddling with my hinge, guys. I'm gonna put this hinge on something. I gotta make a box or something now to where I can incorporate the hinge. Yeah, I need to do me another mirror and put it like right in here somewhere, I guess. My other one's on the front of the portable clack shack. I don't ever get to show it to y'all. That might be a project for the X tool. It would actually do pretty good on mirrors because you can use a little thing to measure everything. Well, my enclosure Zilla does have hinges, but I don't know that this 3/4-inch birch. I don't know that I trust PLA to 3/4-inch birch. Even though I did use my my fine settings, which has a higher rate of infill, thicker walls, and all that, because I created basically 3 different profiles in my slicer. One which is to make things stronger and sturdier. One which is just for like model type stuff, and then another one which is just really fast, but I only use it for big things because I found that smaller things, if I go real fast, I start getting bad corners and stuff like that with it. But I did this one on my little tool setting, and it turned out really nice. I tried running it on my medium setting, and it just didn't get the clean edges between the sections because there's only I only left like 1.5 millimeters distance between those, just enough to give it enough room not to weld it together. So, well, my little Chris, my little Ender 3 ain't gonna make a very long piano hinge. I think I could, what about 8 inches long? Is about as far as I can go. What's up, B-Rad? Woo. Yeah. I can tell I'm on that downhill slope from when I took my medicine now because it's starting to hurt again. But I figure if I can sit in a chair inside and watch TV or something, I can sit and hang out with you guys. Y'all are a lot cooler than the stuff that's on TV these days anyway. I can't hardly watch nothing these days. Generally, if I'm in the house, I watch YouTube or some kind of mindless sci-fi. I try to stay away from the news channels. They make me sick these days. Oh, this oak's all over the place on the engrave. Oh, you got yourself a Bamboo Labs P1S, huh? Cool. I have to stick with a poor man's printer. I got a Creality. 3 8-inch ones would work. Yeah, I hear you. The S1 X tool? No, it doesn't have a frame. It's built in a box. You can get they make a conveyor for it, but if history repeats itself, that conveyor is probably going to be a little expensive. I don't know how much. I don't know if anybody's actually got one yet. I've only seen a handful of these machines out, unless some other channels have released videos. Last time I looked, there wasn't but about 5 of us that had done videos on the X-Tool S1. And I saw one guy got the air purifier and the fire suppression system, because this thing's set up for like fire suppression system and everything. I know I saw one guy got like the whole kit. I don't know how he pulled that off, but he did. So yeah, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess there's only 5 of us on YouTube yet. Well, wait a minute, there's 6. There's only 6 folks so far that I'm seeing the X, maybe 7. Yeah, I think maybe 7. Unless I counted X-Tool. No, I counted X-Tools. So there's 6. There's only 6 videos that I've seen for the S1 yet. And like I said, they kind of told me what I could and couldn't put out there just yet, and I agreed to it. Even though other people, including X-Tool, are showing more than I have of the machine, I agreed to not show the machine until after a certain date, and that's what I'm going to do, unfortunately. Yeah, 10 minus, if you'll go into XCS, you can turn that thing off. That's what I did. The flame sensor on that X-Tool, I find that it is very susceptible to certain wavelengths of light, especially sunlight will trigger it. And if it gets dirty, and just the house lights, if it gets dirty and they hit it just right, it'll trigger it. I turn mine off. I babysit my machines. The flame sensor's really not that big of a concern for me. If my machine right here catches fire right now, I've got a spray bottle with a mister bottle up there. I've got one of the aerosol can fire extinguishers there, and then I got the big fire extinguisher over by the door. So I don't generally leave them unattended anyway. So I had to cut that off. My D1 Pro, I went to an event, and that flame sensor, because of the sun coming up in the morning and going down, that flame sensor kept going off, kept going off, kept going off. And so I finally just put a piece of tape over it until I got home and figured out how to turn it off. Yeah, B-Rad said he did the same thing. I said, you can put a piece of tape over it, it'll stop. But you can go into XCS and under the flame alert or whatever, click the little button that says do not show, unless they've updated it. It says do not show, and it'll turn that guy off. If you choose to, but you do so at your own risk. Waiver there. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a good idea, but I had very bad luck out of mine. The S1 actually has 5 flame sensors in it. 5 flame sensors in it. So far, I haven't had any problems out of them. I think maybe they've mastered it in the fact that it's in a fully enclosed box. Keeps the light off of it. But yeah, it's got like 5 of them. It's got 1 on the head and then 1 in each corner. Yeah, Gary. It seems like that's a very popular thing to do with the D1. Oh, wait a minute. I think I'm done, guys. Oh yeah, you can see the grain. You can see the grain in the oak, but that's some Lowe's oak right there for you guys. 1/4 inch thick, 6 inches wide, and you get it 4 foot lengths. Pretty neat. I mean, it cuts really good, and I kind of like it. I'm gonna pick up some more of it next time I'm down there because I can't run a sawmill right now, and it wasn't too terribly expensive, but it ain't cheap. So there you have it, guys. I got a whole bunch of test grids that I've done today. Look at that. That's a whole bunch of testing that I've done. Basically, I've tested every piece of material I could find at Lowe's that I thought might work. And I'll be sharing the results with y'all in my next video about Lowe's. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do the thumbnail. I want it to be a catchy thumbnail. But yeah, that's the Luan that you can get from Lowe's. That's the whitewood plywood. That's the birch plywood. 1/4 inch poplar, 1/4 inch pine, 1/4 inch oak, 3/8 inch poplar, or no, 3/8 inch pine. Uh, that's that's basically all of the materials I could find at Lowe's that I thought might work for lasering. Well, be rad on my engraving. I like to spread it out a little bit because sometimes you'll find that sweet spot. So I do like a 15 by 15 test grid on engraving, especially on wood, because a lot of times you can find that sweet spot and get that just perfect color when you're doing your engraves and stuff. So a little overkill on the test grids goes a long way. I haven't tried cutting really thick with it. I've been too busy playing with the engraving. Uh, I do plan on finding out, but I haven't done that yet. I have to get back with you on that one. I do know that it cuts this 1/4 inch oak really well. I did cut a little small piece of it the other day, but I set it for like 2 passes, and I don't think it needed the 2 passes. But I've got a few test grids done on some Luan on it, and since I've been running it for a little while, my results have my speed tests have kind of came down. I got to check and see about cleaning the lens on it or what kind of lens cleaning is involved. But I'm gonna do that before I do any more testing. I'm gonna make sure I don't need to clean the lens or anything on it. But I would imagine it would be pretty thick because you can actually set the machine to cheat the focus down in XCS, and like when I'm cutting the Luan, I can tell it to go to focus and then deduct 2 millimeters, and it'll drop the focus down 2 millimeters to cut through it easier. So yeah, I would imagine it'd be able to cut pretty thick because it's actually got a pretty good standoff from the module to the material, so you could cheat down pretty low. I don't know that I have a need to be cutting 2x4s with it, but we'll see. We'll see what I wind up doing with it. I don't know that that's a practical use of a laser. I got a nice DeWalt chop saw right there for cutting 2x4s. Yeah. Well, did you see the other versions I came out with? I did I showed it earlier, but I did a CNC version of it too. Yeah, did that one on the Jinmitsu, and I did another one out of some scrap pine that I had laying around uh, on the Jinmitsu over there. So those were pretty popular. My wife likes them too. Yeah, that's about true. That's about true. 10 - 9. It probably will. It's like 5 of them over there. Yeah, I like the CNC one. This is actually a piece of, for you guys that have a CNC, this is actually a piece of that Lowe's oak that I just got through doing the speed and power test on. That's a piece of it. It's only a quarter of an inch thick. So I went in and set the designs for like I did the initial step down from the door frame. I think I set it at like 2 millimeters down, and then I did 2 millimeters down on these guys here, uh, and then I did of course all the way through for the holes, and then I left the doorknob. I left it up at surface level even with the door frame. So, and I got thinking about it afterwards. I could have probably used a V bit on this and added some really cool characteristics. I may try to do that again next time. But yeah, that was just I was sitting in here, didn't have nothing going on, so I fired up the CNC and let it run the other day and cut out 3 or 4 of them. Yeah, now I did pick through there, Brad, and find some good straight grain. But they had some. It was some pretty nice wood that they had. It's select oak. It ain't just straight off the mill oak. Acacia board speed test on a 10-watt D1 Pro. 100% output, 80 speed would be my guess. But you need to run a speed test on that. But if I were to guess, I would say probably 80 speed, 100% output. If you want it deep, now if you're just trying to mark it, you're probably going to want to run up to about 100 millimeters a second, 100% output. Acacia burns a little weird. It's kind of a soft wood, but I recommend strongly that you do a speed and power test. Just throwing that out there. Don't go messing up your stuff. Uh, Chris, she likes the CNC ones, but she likes the lasered ones too. I really didn't ask her for sure which one was her favorite, but but yeah. Let me look and see what my settings for. Hang on, I'll try to give you a little bit better reading. Let me see what I got wrote down here for my old 10 watt on. See, Acacia. It would probably be close to black walnut, a little bit easier to cut than black walnut, I would imagine. So let me see what I got here. Comgrow. That's a 10 watt. X-Tool D1 10 watt. Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot. Like I said, 80 millimeters a second at 100% output, generally speaking, looks good on most woods, but I don't do a lot of acacia. So, like I said, take that how you want, but use that setting at your own risk. Well, now, B-Rad, the where I found this was back by the sheet goods. If you go over to where they have the 1/4 inch Luan and the 1/4 inch birch, it was down below that. They had a little rack, and it's the widest piece they had was 6 inches wide. But that's where I found that stuff hiding at. They had poplar, they had pine, which was 3/8 inch thick, and then they had the oak. I didn't see any more different kinds, but that's what they had at my local Walmart. And I've got all the URLs and everything off of their website for the materials. And when I do that video, I'm going to drop all those in the description in case you guys want to go look at it and see if they have it at your local Lowe's. The cool thing about Lowe's is if you go to that product and you have the store set for your area, they'll actually tell you if they have it in stock or not on the website. So I went online and looked all the materials up and got a list with all the hyperlinks for the material. And I'm going to drop that in the description of the video so you guys can just click it. And if you're logged in or if you're on Lowe's website, it'll actually tell you whether they have it in or not. So. West Cone 2. That would depend on what you want to use the machine for, in my opinion. Now, does it do a good job for what it is as far as work bed and everything? Yes. Some of the functions you're limited to using XCS. I don't know that they'll work in Lightburn currently. They may eventually. But if the work area fits your needs and the size of the machine being fully enclosed is a benefit to you, I mean, it's not a bad machine. I'm not going to say it's a bad machine. They did kind of, I think they messed up by not putting a camera in it. But the little the coordinate system thing that they've got built into it, which I'm going to show y'all when I do my full review, it works well. But I'm just spoilt. I like my cameras. I'm just it works. That little the system that they're using works, but I just think I might like my camera better. I don't know. I'm going to keep using it before I pass too much judgment on it. Wow. Up to 8 foot by 200 foot. Eesh. Yeah, well, I was using a big bit on this. I used it wasn't an eighth inch bit. I mean, it was a little bit bigger than that. It wasn't a quarter, and I forgot what size bit it is. Hang on, I'll look. Okay, maybe it was an eighth inch bit, 0.187 inch bit. Uh, so, but yeah, it did a pretty decent job. Like I said, I was running easel. I didn't go in and change the tool path. I just let it do it itself. So yeah, the I watched Steve. If y'all haven't watched it, if you're doing slate, Steve did a really good video. I think yesterday, day before yesterday, on slate coasters, where he tested the different methods, whether sanding them or not sanding them, coating them or not coating them, and I think the sanded previous to engraving with the coating before engraving, I think I like that approach best. I've done different methods, but I think he did a really good job of showing the difference, side by side. Why can't you add? VT, you might could add one. I don't know where you'd put it though, because the lid on this thing goes past the center of the work area, and it's just clear acrylic, or not clear, it's green acrylic. So I don't know how you would go about putting it in there. And if you did, it would really look jerry rigged. Well, Richard, like I said, I did this on the Jinmitsu. You do have to, like I said, it's not what Steve calls a big boy CNC. So you're gonna have to slow your feed rates and stuff down, but you can get stuff done with it. It's just gonna take you longer than it would if you had one of the really big, uh, you know, show enough CNCs. But you can do some really nice work with it. The smaller bits, it seems to like the smaller bits better with the feed rate settings that I'm using anyway. I can't quite master all of the rate settings. I just have to kind of sit here and listen to it and slow it down until it gets to where it sounds right. And I've had some pretty good luck with that. Yeah, B-Rad, go over to Steve's channel and watch that video. It's very interesting. Like I said, he does a side by side comparison to the three different methods and or four different methods, and it was a very good video. Yes, Stephen, I try to spread my attention around between the lasers, the CNC, and the 3D printer. But like I said, the past couple of weeks, I've been kind of stuck in the house. So I've really learned a lot about using Fusion 360 and how to design files and stuff like that. Because I mean, I couldn't make it out here to the shop as easy as I used to could. Hopefully that'll be a thing of the past here in a couple of weeks. Hopefully in a couple of weeks I'll be back to my old self. But yeah, in case you're late to the show, I actually 3D printed a hinge that works straight off of the printer. Now, it does have off the printer, it does have supports right through here. So when it first comes off the print bed, you have to kind of grab it like this and twist it. And one side of the supports will pop out. And then the other side, I got a little small screwdriver, and you just reach in there and flick those little supports out, and it's good to go. It's a working hinge. You don't have to put it together. It's already put together. The pin can't come out because it's got a shoulder on both ends of the pin. So I was really proud of that design, guys. It took me forever. I think this is. I think when I ran through the slicer the last time, I think this was version 5 that I printed. I printed 5 of them. This is the one I printed right before it, and it worked somewhat, but I had to do a lot of like uh, separations on the back because I didn't have it to where it wouldn't print together. Yeah, there's a bunch of companies I think fixing to come out with some enclosed ones. Uh, which CNC is the one you use? I've only got two CNCs, B Rad, and that's the one I use the most. But I've got another Genmitsu 4030 Pro VER or whatever over there. I use it too, but I like this one because it's got the DeWalt router on it. I've got dust collection connected to it. I've got relays. I've got a relay that when I engage the spindle in the software, it automatically turns on the DeWalt router. When the DeWalt router comes on, I've got a relay that automatically turns on the Win chip extraction system right there behind it. And so I use that one a lot. Now it's a lot noisier than the little 4030 Pro Ver over there, but or is it 3030 Pro? Anyway, it's a smaller machine, but I use this one a lot just because it's got a bigger work area. But the other one will do a lot of the same things. It's just smaller. I do want to eventually get me a bigger CNC, but I gotta have more room. I'm out of room, completely out of room. I really, really want one of the was it Woodworker Elite? Uh, that can't even remember the name of it now. This medicine's really got my mind foggy. Uh, it's the same brand Steve's got, but it's called a Woodworker Elite. It's like a 32 by 32 work area, but it's capable to run with the router and whole 9 yards. That's what I really would like to have, but it ain't in the books right now. Onefinity, thank you, VT. I appreciate you. This medicine, it's a nerve pain killing medicine, and I swear it's killing my brain cells. It's definitely slowing them down. See you, Kai. Take it easy, man, or ma'am, whichever. I'm not sure. I think Kai. I'm leaning towards a guy. Last dragon. The last dragon. I mean, I missed that, guys. I don't know what the last dragon part was about. This light's getting in my eyes. Yeah, B Red. I like the setup. Like I said, it's not terrible. And I've got a USB cable that runs to that post right there that connects it back over here to the computer. And I've got a wireless keyboard that's in that drawer right there, so that when I'm setting it up and configuring the zero on it, I can actually slide that drawer open and there's a keyboard in there, so I can control the CNC instead of having to come back and forth from over here or use the knobs. I can actually use that keyboard that's connected to my computer, uh, and set everything, and then close the drawer and the keyboard's out of the way. So I like the setup. I spent a lot of time tweaking it to get it the way I wanted it. Yeah, Monport 40 watt red dot. Upgrade to the first one. Yeah, my Monport luckily came with a Lightburn compatible board in it. I didn't have to upgrade. Oh, legs starting to hurt, guys. It won't be long. I'll be going in the house on you. Yeah, VT, that Onefinity is expensive. That's why, like I said, that's why I don't have one right now. But it's on my wish list. Either way. Acer P90 Plus. Am I reading that right? P90 Plus. I think it'd be P20 Plus. If you're saying you got the P20 with a rotary and everything, and the extensions for $700, you done really good. That's a good machine. My P20 is still hanging right here above my head in case the V35 goes down on me. I can throw it back in there because it still works great. I just had the opportunity to get the V35, and I went ahead and upgraded, so that I'd have a little more cutting speed. in here for when I'm doing those really big signs and stuff. Uh, Gene, I'm going to be honest with you. If you've got a good working Comgrow Z1 at this point in the game, I would probably just go and look at getting a like maybe a 20-watt longer or a 20-watt sculpt fun and keep the 10-watt Z1 working if you have the space to accommodate it. That way you can have two machines. The 20-watt Comgrow head is there's nothing wrong with it. I've got one. I'm not currently using it. It's in the box up there because I was using it on an O'Tour LM3 and they came out. O'Tour come out with a 20-watt module, so I upgraded to the O'Tour 20-watt module and took the Comgrow module off. But if you look at say like the Sculpt Fun S30 or the longer B1 20 watts, the price on them, and you get the full machine with limit switches, air assist, and stuff. I would personally rather have two machines than to sacrifice one machine and just have an extra head laying around. That's the only downside. Now, financially, if it's more affordable for you and you don't have room for an extra machine, then it might be something you want to do. There's nothing wrong with that 20-watt Comgrow module. It's a definite upgrade from the 10-watt. But machines are getting so cheap, and especially right now, so many people are running sales that you can get like I said, Sculpt Fun, Atom Stack, and Sculpt Fun, Atom Stack, and Longer are probably three of the cheaper alternatives. And I do know two guys, and I haven't got the machine yet, but Atom Stack's fixing to release a 24-watt new A series machine. It's going to be a little smaller than the previous ones, but they're supposed to be sending me one, and the price point on that thing is really cheap for a 24-watt Atom Stack. So there's fixing to be some more machines hit the market here pretty soon that are going to be in the affordable yet dependable class. Because to me, the Longer and the Sculpt Fun, those are really good working machines, but they have a really affordable price tag. I like the S30 Ultra that I have is huge. It's 600 by 600 and does a good job. Yeah. Yeah, I do that sometimes too, Chris. That TV is actually on it's a TV, it's not a monitor, but I can cast to it from the computer and add it as a third screen. But a lot of times when I'm testing machines on the table, I'll grab that keyboard over there because it's got a trackpad on it with a mouse. I'll turn that monitor around where I can see it, and I'll use the machine over there with the keyboard and that is the monitor. But yeah, I've got like I said, the shack's pretty much, it's set up pretty high tech. Uh, my Alexa device should be here next week. I have installed Alexa compatible switches and relays on my air compressor and on the mood lights that are up there. And I've got one more. So now when I walk into the shop, I can just tell Alexa to turn everything on in the shack, and boom. The air compressor gets power as well as the lights on the inside. It's pretty cool. I can do it on my phone now, but I can't. I don't have my little Alexa device. I've got a mount over here for it and everything. So watch this, guys. This is cool. Alexa, turn the shop lights. Ah.
Okay.
Well, she may have understood me. Hang on. Alexa, turn the lights off in the shack.
A few things share the name Lights Shack. Which
Well,
one did you want?
me and Alexa is going to have a run in here. It's been working fine. Alexa, turn everything off in the shack.
Okay.
All right, she actually listened that time. Alexa, turn everything on in the shack.
Okay.
All right. So see, that worked that time. But still some fine tuning to do. But I do have me a little $22. I caught it on sale. $22 listening device for Alexa, and I'm going to set it right here so that I can do that without having to without having to do a whole lot. Jim, did I just turn something on in your house? I'm gonna rename it Al for Al the Alien, but I got to get it here first. Oh yeah, that's terrible. I'm turning everybody's lights off. Oh, a little catch in my back right there, guys. But yeah, it ain't gonna be much longer. So if you got any questions or want any more information about anything, guys, like I said, feel free to drop your questions down below. This is just me hanging out with you guys. It wasn't nothing too constructive going on out here tonight, other than trying to finish up for this video. And like I said, just have some company because it's been boring around here. It's just been me all day. Wife still having to work. Kids still have school. Other daughter still has to work. All my buddies have to work. So it's been boring. I can't go anywhere. Can't drive. Can't walk a whole lot. So it's been terrible. Not fun. But uh, but yeah, if you got any questions or comments or whatever, like I said, throw them out there because I'm starting to it's starting to catch up with me, being out here for a while and about ready to go in there and lay down. Like I said, I will be. Y'all keep me in your prayers, please. I will be Monday morning having my surgery, and hopefully by Monday night I'll know whether or not it was effective because they're saying that the pain should pretty much immediately go away. And once everything wears off from the surgery, I should be able to tell if they got rid of the pain or not. Uh, like I said, my back. Everybody talks about how's your back feel. It's really not my back that's hurting me so bad. The back gets stiff, but it's this leg, guys. I mean, it's awful. Those of you that have experienced it can sympathize, and those of you that haven't, I pray that you never have to. But yeah, but enjoyed it. Good. Thanks for letting me hang out with you, giving me some company, keeping me busy there. And like I said, as soon as I can make good on my deal with X Tool, there will be the S1 content coming out. I'm trying to put something together. I'm gonna do another video with the We Create over there. That's a pretty cool little machine. It is small, but it is a beast when it comes to tumblers. I will say that. I've done a job of 6 or 7 tumblers on it the other day, and it done a really good job. So I think I'm gonna make tumblers my next video. Yeah, Michael, L4, L5. So that's where mine's at. The sciatic nerve, pinched up, like it's getting hammered. But I'm gonna try to do another video with the We Create over there. I probably, like I said, gonna do tumblers on it. I just got to figure out what I'm gonna make tumblers for. I've already got so many Clack Shack tumblers running around here that I don't need any more Clack Shack tumblers. So I got to figure out what I'm gonna do with that. And but tomorrow I'm gonna be working on getting all these test grids and test burns that I did today. I'm gonna try tomorrow if I feel like it. Whenever I can get out here, I'm gonna try to do a quick video. I'm gonna be sitting here, of course, because I can't be standing up a whole lot. And I'm gonna do a quick video of all that test that I did. So the ones of you that haven't been to Lowe's to try out some of their materials, you can watch the video. You may decide that you want to go spend a little bit of money and try out some of the Lowe's material. I've had some really good results with some of it. Some of the other I'm not crazy about, but it works as long as you slow it down and take your time. So, hopefully that's something that y'all guys are interested in. I try to keep it relevant. Like I said, I've been trying to back down off of some of the review stuff, but it's tough, guys. I mean, they want to send me free machines. You know, just have to do it. So, but if you hadn't already, hit the subscribe button, guys. Hit the thumbs up, all that good stuff. Help promote the channel to pay for some of this material I had to buy. And I will see y'all tomorrow night, Lord willing, and things don't turn worse. Steve is on the road to his event back and forth, so he's been busy. I don't know when his event. I think the event actually is tomorrow. So hopefully he'll be back in his shop Sunday with some stories to tell us. Maybe have some pictures to share and stuff like that. So he did message me earlier and was showing me pictures of his booth. I guess he was getting set up ahead of the event, getting ready. So he'll have that. He's having that event. I guess it's tomorrow. So you guys that are up there near him in Minnesota, y'all want to go over and check him out. Y'all might want to ride on over there. But hopefully he'll have some stories to tell. Maybe meet a few people while he was up there. I think there was a couple of them that were planning on driving out to see him. That'll be cool as always. I mean, I enjoy meeting you guys whenever I can. So I'm sure Steve's the same way. But hit those buttons on the way out, guys, and keep a lookout for that video. I'll have have it coming out hopefully tomorrow. So, can I tell you the result of the surgery before it happens? Yeah, maybe Chris. Technically, I guess I could tell you the results before it technically is scheduled to happen, couldn't I? But I'm hoping it goes well. That's fingers crossed. Like I said, no more pain at least. I don't expect to be able to run marathons, but I just don't want to have any more pain. I've about had all of it I care to have. So, but anyway, till next time, guys, y'all be safe and have a good day. Later. Appreciate you.